as we're kind of driving to the movie, play some music. I'm actually getting way more excited about the movie. And I'll tell you, the second viewing of it was absolutely amazing. So kind of going back to this point, give a first impression a second chance. The connection I want to make for education is that sometimes, you meet colleagues, or you have a superintendent, or you have a principal, or you're working with a new staff member, or you're meeting a kid, whatever, right? We have these connections all the time. And sometimes we actually get so stuck in the first impression that we don't actually give people a chance to kind of redeem themselves or show a different side of themselves. I think about this personally. And like I said, I got like 3 points. I'm just going to kind of go off my mind of what I'm doing. I think about this on a personal level. I've mentioned this before. I was really not interested. I never wanted to be a teacher. Kind of said like, I need a job. So I guess teaching, right? So I'm not like the kid who dreamed of it when he was 5 years old. I did it because I kind of wanted to coach basketball, and that was kind of the route, was to do that. And I was at a school, and I was there for a while. And then I got a real love for the profession in a way that I hadn't before. And I felt that I actually, that many people who worked with me saw me as the person I was 3 years ago, not the person I was becoming, and that I was limited in that role. And so I hated that. That really bothered me. And I actually ended up leaving, and I didn't think I'd be in education much longer after that. But someone who met me saw something different in me, and then quickly I was in administration, went to different roles. So if I hate that, I don't want to do it to others. And I remember some of my best friends in the profession, some of the people I look up to most, weren't people I got along with right away. So I know that some of you are listening, connect with with what I just said about feeling that you're, trying to change, trying to grow, and people are kind of seeing the old version of you versus the new version. And it's frustrating. So what I would suggest to you is that if it frustrates you, don't do it to others. And I think this is something that, we do with movies, we do with music, we don't necessarily do with people, and we always should. Don't let that, that first impression, it tells you something, but it shouldn't tell you everything. So that was something that I took away and kind of connected this movie. All right. Second part. Here we go. So this one's I'll explain this in a second. Applaud and cheer on others even when they are not in the room. So I've been to a couple movies in my lifetime. One of them that I remember, and this is like probably my favorite movie I ever saw in person, was Independence Day. I remember seeing it. It just came out. It was so packed. And this was in Canada. And at the end of the movie, people were like cheering and yelling USA in Canada, which was amazing. It was just it was a packed audience, and it really stuck out to me. The first time I saw the movie, it was a Monday matinee, and it was like fullish for a Monday matinee. I'm a matinee guy. I can't stay up late. So I like to go to matinees. Monday matinee was somewhat full. And then I took my daughter, I think it was like a Saturday afternoon, and it was way more full than the first time. But in both instances, whether it was like partially full or, mostly full, people actually applauded at the movie. And I got caught up and I started applauding too. And this is, kind of my first thought was like, the people that made this movie are not here. Like, who are we applauding, right? And then I started thinking about it more. A lot of times that it is really important to advocate for others when they are not in the room, when they're not actually there. It's really easy to do it when they are there, but it is, kind of sometimes sticking up for people, sometimes, sharing their accolades when they're not in the room, because that kind of opens doors for people.